Hey guys, I'm on my property, kind of working with the landowner. He had this part that he cut out 4 or 5 years ago.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
And he decided he never wanted to use it, and he told me that if I would clean it up, he'd let me put whatever I wanted to in it, and he'd kind of help out. So I'm gonna clear out all these trees, and me and Josh are kind of looking around, kind of getting a game plan for what we want to do and how we're gonna set up this area, and then we're probably gonna walk the property a little bit afterwards. But I brought Josh with me. I want to make sure he was here because he knows trees a lot better than I do. He can identify different species of trees, and I'm looking at them like I'm blind to all of it. So yeah. I wanted him here to kind of help me guide me through, and I'm also going to have him kind of discuss and show you guys ways that you can tell on your property, really, main identifying marks on different trees to be able to tell what's a tree that's beneficial and what would be one to kind of get rid of.
So this is a hackberry tree. We're going to take this out. I love tree identification. A lot of people get elms and hackberries mixed up, and one of the defining things about hackberries is their bark will have little nodules, and it's really, really coarse, really, really bumpy. And well, this tree doesn't have it right now, but the hackberry puts on a little, well, it's a hackberry, little tiny dark purple, almost a black color berry, about the size of an airsoft BB. So anyway, that's one. I mean, it's not a fail-proof way to identify a hackberry tree, but usually for the most part that works well. Okay, so this is an oak tree up here. We have a big hackberry on the left, big oak tree on the right. The main thing that kind of points us out is the oak tree is you'll have your big trunk, and then around the top it'll have a lot of your branches going out, and this hackberry here has more straight branches that go out, and the oak has a lot of waves through those top branches and limbs and whatnot. There's other trees that will kind of have that. Elm trees will every once in a while, but the oak tree really has a lot of wave through that top foliage area.
If you can see behind me in this area back here, we a little area where we have a lot of trees kind of growing up behind us and stuff. I'll kind of put it up so you can see better. And it's hackberry and coffee bean is pretty much what's in that. So I'm going to come back either whenever I'm doing my hinge cutting or else later in the summer. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a hack and squirt method, which you don't want to do in spring because that's when the sap is running up and down the tree. So we're going to focus that either if I can't get to it before spring, I'm going to come back in the summer and do the hack and squirt here and clean out all the coffee bean. Try to keep the majority of the hackberry here. So hackberry is a little bit more beneficial for deer than obviously a coffee bean or some of these other options that we have in the area. So, and
not that deer can't get some benefit out of a coffee bean. It's just there's other things that we can put in here to help the deer. Yeah, more desirable. So
we're gonna get to work. Initiate sequence now. Josh has been running the skid steer. You can see him in the background running the skid steer. He's pretty much done with the big area. Like I said, we're gonna leave most of the big area that was in the back, kind of almost more as a structure than anything else. We're gonna finish up getting the random trees, the random saplings out that we can, with a chainsaw, getting all that out. Then we're gonna come back, push all the stuff out of the way. If we can get enough duff to burn, we're gonna burn it, and then we'll come back. The landowner will cultivate it, and then we'll be back here broadcasting it and planting the seed and then worrying about weed control. We want to be really careful on the weed control, that we make sure we get as much as we can, because the last thing we want to do is have all this competition start coming up and choke out the switchgrass before it can really get established. So that's our goal for this. I was gonna make this all one big episode, but I'm probably gonna do it in separate series so you guys can see it as it goes along and you can kind of see the process of how we're doing it. I'm not gonna be here when the farmer or the landowner cultivates it and pushes this back, but next time I come here after this episode, the next time I come here, it should be pretty much ready for us to spray or to plant. I'm thinking it'll probably be April before we get to the point where we're ready to plant. We're gonna try to get them, like I said, as fast as we can. And then we're probably gonna try to walk there's a few areas I wanted to walk before I actually do my full scouting this property. I wanted to walk a few key areas, just kind of get an idea so I could kind of build up the beginning of a game plan for this year. Honestly, this whole project came to pass in the past week. I wasn't planning on doing anything on this cove this year at all. And in the past week, the landowner and I kind of got together and decided that we were gonna do this project. So really thankful for that. Like I said, we're about done. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up, take a chainsaw around, finish up, getting the rest of the work done. And then we're gonna, like I said, hit those key areas. Really thankful for the opportunity. Thankful you guys watched us. Like I said, I'm gonna finish up with the chainsaw and then we're gonna walk. I don't know if we're gonna do much videoing because it might be getting pretty close to dark. It might be pretty hard to see, but we'll try to bring the camera with us while we're walking these key areas. Like I said, it's a good time, having fun. All right, we finished the cove.
We did it. It was amazing.
Left me hanging.
I'm sorry. I'm focused on these geese flying over.
Yeah. I had a spot I want to look 200 yards that way, so we're gonna go ahead and knock it out. We're gonna go check a spot. I want to see kind of what's over there, what needs done over here. So we're gonna check it out.
We did a bunch of timber stand improvement.
Not in this area.
Well, back there.
Back here, I want to go past it to the creek.
Oh, back there. All right. It was that 2 years ago we did that, didn't we? Tree. I cut the world's biggest hackberry down. It was like, whoa.
It was funny.
It was great.
You could feel it in the camera.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go check it out. Maybe we'll get some footage, maybe not. I don't know yet. Either commence B-roll or commence goodbye.
See ya.